We're live! We're live! Howdy, you all! This is your boy. I am Burger. Yeesh! Now, uh, let's go on to some very popular. It's a it's a moving live stream. If you don't know about it already. So let's go on with this little guy. It's it's basically the Godzilla figure that I basically had, and basically doesn't have the 2014 looking spikes, even though it goes onto the earbuds. Yes, and the texture and the design looks cool, and it's got the licensing on it. So yep, and let's go on ahead and show the bootleg looking Gashapon figures. I'm gonna do Godzilla first. These fake Gashapon figures basically he it basically says China. So it's the Chinese knockoffs, the official ones by Gashapon, which might be with the red Burning Godzillas, orange Burning Godzillas, the fully grown Godzilla Jr. from the ending of Godzilla's Destroyer, and the ice cold Godzillas. The next fake Gashapoons, no wait, even the even the Burning Godzilla in a white color. Next Gashapoon unlicensed figures were Gigan. And first of all, the fake usually said China. Yes, we get it. And basically, Gigan is basically an evil character from the Godzilla series, including in Godzilla vs. Gigan, along with King Ghidorah. Next is the fake figures of Anguirus. Oh crap. Anguirus fell. There are these two Anguirus figures. Speaking of which, the fake Anguirus by the bootleggers who basically repped all the Gashapon figures basically said China. So, yeah. Basically, a boss by a monkey, he's got bad issues. So, we got two fake, exclusively looking Mecha Godzillas. Speaking of which, Mecha Godzilla, the bootleg version might have said China. Basically doesn't say Bandai, but I have got to get the official Gazapon ones in the future. By the way, this Mechagodzilla seems similar to the classics, basically, along with the other one, the other movie called Terror Mechagodzilla. even though we got 2 bootlegs of Godzilla Jr. And speaking of which, Godzilla Jr. is kindly Godzilla's son. And he looked interesting, same with the official by Gashapon. And basically, it's a bootleg because it doesn't say Bandai. And of course, Toho. Now, we got to these 2. The ones that basically got taken out. No, yes, it's Zilla. Basically. Now, Zilla. In 1998, he was called Godzilla until he was renamed to Zilla. Basically, so the part in Godzilla Final Wars was where Zilla gets killed by Godzilla, while the song called All the Blame is playing. And Zilla Jr. might be in the kaiju heroes, such as Mothra. By the way, he's got spikes onto his back, and I've been drawing Zilla joining with Godzilla. And we've got to the fake Godzilla stuff, which was ripped from Bandai. First of all, we're gonna start with Shin Godzilla, and all the way to Phileas Godzilla bootleg. Basically, yeah, we're gonna start on that. So, the Shin Godzilla bootleg seems like it was from the Shin Godzilla movie. Basically, imagine if Bandai might have done the 3-inch version of these figures. And, oh yeah, by the way, it was a bootleg because doesn't have the copyright because they basically stole the model. Oh. Basically, first of all, we're going to Godzilla in 1954. I gotta get the official 1954 one in the future. By the way, the 1954 one, the model itself doesn't look bad, but paint job on the eye might be, it might be a bit weird. Tiny has articulation on the arms and the legs, just like the fake Shin Godzilla, and doesn't have articulation on the tail as well. Crud. But we've got the fake Godzilla 2000. I have the official Godzilla 2000. You can tell by that he's basically similar to the Bandai creations, but in 3-inch. To tell. Yeah. His dorsal spines are purple, just like Godzilla 2000. And the Bandai exclusive Godzillas basically had the official licensing, but the paint job seems incredibly odd. Can't tell. Now, let's go on to the 2014. And the 2014 bootleg might be similar to the Bandai Creations Obstruction playset. To tell by that has the twin 14 dorsal spines. And yeah, about the cover. People need to stop stealing Bandai stuff and just get permission. By the way, the design looks similar to the Bandai, which might be the City of Destruction playset featuring the Mudo. But with actual colors, we got to the bootleg Godzilla Earth figure, or it should be Godzilla Philius from the anime Godzilla. Speaking of which, I watched the 3 anime Godzillas, and his arms move, and his legs move, the tail don't move. That model was ripped from the other Bandai figure. And yes, the model looks like this was way huge. And if I get the huge one, oh shoot, what will I fit? And then, moving on to is Godzilla King of the Monsters Battle Playsets. First of all, we're going to be taking a look at some backgrounds. Basically, take a look at the temple one. I think that the temple might look similar to the Jungle Book. I'm talking about the live remake of the Jungle Book since 2016. The temple might look similar to the temple that King Louis is at. Was it me, or I just watched the cartoon Jungle Book, and then watched the 2016 Jungle Book? Don't know. Next, the volcano one. Pretty sure you guys saw the volcano one in the movie, and I basically noticed, but the volcano one had the lava in it. And then about the stadium, seems like the stadium just got destroyed. That's all. Basically, speaking of which, it was the baseball stadium, which was seen in King of Monsters. You guys want to see it? Oh boy. If it weren't for Gigan, oh shit. Wait, I forgot. Gigan isn't in the King of the Monsters movie, because it is not going to be necessary. Now, onto the King of the Monsters Battle Pack. First of all, I'm playing the music from Godzilla Raids Again. Load in. Different colors of Godzilla's. And there they were. Let's take a look at King Ghidorah. Speaking of which, King Ghidorah has wings onto his back. And I'm pretty sure it's got the articulation on the tail, and the legs, and of course, the head. But if you want to rewatch the Hydra part from Disney's Hercules. Be my guess. And next is Mothra. Pretty sure the 2019 Mothra looks okay. Along with the claws. Actually, yeah. Claws on the arms and the legs of. Okay, the 2019 Mothra might look very good. I can't tell. And Rodan, pretty sure he's cool. He's a cool looking model by Jax. The wings do move. Be careful with the wings. And then you can move Rodan's head and legs. Jax did a good job with the Godzilla figures. Same with Bandai. Even though I don't have the SH MonsterVerse figures yet. We're taking a look at some different Godzilla colors. Basically, got the Fire Godzilla who needs to be added to Godzilla tunes. I might plan on doing an audition of the Fire Godzilla. I might sound like a demon. I don't know. I basically might have to start the plot, starting an entire plot about what happened to Gigan, Megalon, and Mechagodzilla, along with Fire Godzilla's killer move onto Monster Island. And got Jax Pacific original Godzilla 2019 with the dorsal spine similar to the 1954, just like with the fire and the blue atomic breath one. Its head does move, so does the tail. And the other end of the tail, and the legs, and the arms. No big deal. And we got the Atomic Breath Godzilla from the Godzilla vs. Ghidorah playset. Its arms and legs do move. And the tail moves, and the tail has two joints. Basically, a clockwise joint. Not the SH MonsterVerse one, but the playset one. Basically, oh, I forgot to show the Space Godzilla one. What is wrong with me? We got the bootleg version of Space Godzilla by Max Fun, who stole all the models from Bandai. Basically, I've got to get the official Bandai Space Godzilla. Speaking of which, Space Godzilla is not in Godzilla King of the Monsters. But I hope that Space Godzilla will be shown in Godzilla vs. Kong. Same with the 2020 Godzilla design, which had the Final Wars spines, since I watched Final Wars. And Space Godzilla is in the game called Godzilla. It's on the PlayStation. Now, moving on, we've got King Caesar. Pretty sure he's got ears You can move the ears carefully. You can move the arms and the legs, including the tail. And yes, it's a Bandai figure. And next is Rainbow Mothra from Birth of Mothra 2. Speaking of which, I watched the first Mothra movie called Rebirth Mothra, and it went pretty good. By the way, the wings look fine. And oh, by the way, on the left says Toho and Bandai, since Toho created the first Mothra in the Showa era. Okay. And her wings look basically cool, I get it. And Mothra has arms and legs. I mean, has arms you can move, basically. Why? I basically have to guess. To the other half might be inspired by Mothra. Next is King Ghidorah. Look at him. Bandai did a very good job of him. You can rotate the wings and the tail. That's it. Although Ghidorah's horns are now painted gold. But now Ghidorah's got the golden horns now. Might be cool. And we've got the Final Wars Rodan from Godzilla Final Wars. The Final Wars Rodan has this very good design. And you can only move the legs on Rodan, and that's it. So, moving on, we got the superhero kaiju named Kiru. Speaking of which, he's from Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. Pretty much was shown with the turrets, like the turrets, I mean like those gun things in Tokyo SOS. If what I'm saying is not true, I guess. Next is Kumonga. And the reason why I called this one Kumonga because had the similar colors to Kumonga, but Kumonga might have had the different eye color. So the eye color supposed to be blue. Instead it was changed to, instead the one that I got from Dollar Tree was in yellow color. And it's by Green Beer International Incorporated. That really looks similar to Bandai Gajabun Kumonga, or I don't know. Okay. Now, moving on to the Showa Mechagodzilla. Speaking of which, the Showa Mechagodzilla had some good articulation on the arms and the legs, and had some articulation on the head. And what's so cool is you can move Mechagodzilla's body, just like with King Seizure. Next, you've got the unlicensed bootleg of Burning Godzilla from Rainbow Yuango. Who keeps stealing the models from Bandai? And speaking of which, there's some different colors there. There's the white dorsal spine or the blue dorsal spine, don't know, and the orange dorsal spine, but with the black skin color. That might be similar to the 1994 Godzilla. I've got to get the official Bandai Burning Godzilla in the future. Stay tuned for that. And we got the fake Shin Godzilla. Not the official, because it's the bootleg. You could move the arms and the legs and the tail. Speaking of which, I watched Shin Godzilla, and that's a pretty good movie. We got the 1968 Bandai Godzilla. And can you tell by the looks of the actual Godzilla? He looks just like the one from Godzilla's Revenge and Destroy All Monsters. Those were the two movies that was featured Gorosaurus, which I don't have. And his tail moves, his arms and legs do move, except for the head. The head doesn't have the articulation. Oh crap. Moving up, we've got the Funko and Funko Pop Godzilla, which was made by Funko, who done on the Hatsune Miku Funko Pop and other Funko Pop characters based off of the series. To tell by that, the Funko one said Toho and WBEI, which is good. Doesn't have articulation on the head, just like from the other human figures. And next, we've got the 2014 Godzilla. Speaking of which, I kind of like the 2019 dorsal spines better, because it looks similar to the 1954. Since I watched the 1954 Godzilla, his arms move, and his legs move. The tail moves, but I don't want to move it too long, because I don't want the tail to come straight off. The music is basically from Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. So anyways, we've got NECA's Godzilla 1994, which has the moving head and jaw and the body and removable arms and the legs and the tail, including the bendable tail. And next is the Bandai Godzilla 2000. And which might be similar to the bootleg that I just got from Amazon. Even though my dad wouldn't stop sending me, a lot of the fake Gashapon videos. Like Gashapon figures. Oh crap. Great. Oh, there he is. And he looks similar to the bootleg. the bootleg had some articulation, but it was already reviewed. And when the Bandai one had some dorsal spines, just like what was from the movie, called Godzilla 2000. His arms moved left and right, and his arms move up and down, just like the bootleg. And it's got the official coding on it. And we've got the Godzilla piggy bank, which was the fake unlicensed one, because look, that doesn't look like Godzilla's footprint at all. It's a puppy paw. And you hear some sounds to it. Have a listen. And basically, including music, although I forgot that every time I try to insert a second which that Mrs. Tomoe tried to defeat. We've got Mecha Godzilla 2000 from Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All-Out Battle. The movie is supposed to be Godzilla, Anguirus, Varan. Instead, the movie was cancelled and been replaced by the movie called Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All-Out Attack. I haven't watched the GMK movie. Has some good articulation on the arms. And the head and the neck and the body and the legs and the tail. Looks like NECA might have done a good job. Basically. And we have also got the Crocodile Dentist Godzilla. Just scroll down here. It's just like from the childhood when I used to have the original Crocodile Dentist. I used to play with my mother, but crap. Godzilla bit me. Actually, the crocodile might have bitten. I might want to show you my custom-made Godzilla, which had the dorsal spines different than the original or Godzilla 2000. Yes, it's like Godzilla's got some blood all over himself from trying to extinguish. There's what was basically known as Mechagoras. I watched a movie called Godzilla vs. Mechagoras. It is a kaiju movie created by Toho Company. And no, it's not a toy, it's just custom made. And next is the custom made Godzilla. By the way, I had to make the dorsal spines similar to the Showa movies. since let me just basically the Godzilla spines might look similar to the Showa, but speaking of which, when I was younger, I used to have a dinosaur playset, which I basically got from the store. Oh yeah, up all the screw holes. Oh crud. By the way, have a listen. The Godzilla roar was playing on that dinosaur toy, so that's why in 2018 I decided to have no choice but to make the Godzilla dorsal spines and decide to do a custom version of Godzilla. And Godzilla doesn't have the Tyrannosaurus fingers, but Godzilla basically has 4 fingers, just like from 1954. And we've also got UltraMan Tiga from the UltraMan series. Speaking of which, I got the bootleg version for some reason, and I was hoping to get the official version of UltraMan Tiga, which I haven't seen the series of UltraMan Tiga. His arms do move. His body does not move. His body moves, but I carefully just move it slowly, so I don't want to break a Ultraman figure. And we also got Disney's Mech X4 Harper Beast. Speaking of which, he's from the series that was basically called Mech X4. And tell by the red one that looks kind of like this. He's being a red color in the 2nd season, but I prefer the original color, which was all greenish. We've got Waspmelion. Speaking of Waspmelion, he looks similar to Mechagoras, but different than Mechagoras. The wings look similar to Mechagoras, but the female Mechagoras has claws, just like it was from the praying mantis, and also has a stinger, just like Mothra from the King of the Monsters movie, and Mechagoras herself. And Waspmelion's head is just like a chameleon gone creepy, but it's actually a mutated monster. And then next is the Bandai official Final Wars Godzilla. He's got the articulation on the head, and the arms, and the legs. Has 3 of the articulation on the tail. Basically, he's got articulation, and the articulation, 1, 2, and 3 articulations. That's good. And we got the bootleg Final Wars Godzilla, which doesn't have the... Oh shit, my finger's in the way while I was trying to get the flashlight. The bootleg Final Wars Godzilla, which doesn't have the articulation on the arms and the head and the legs, and it doesn't have the articulation on the tail as well. And his dorsal spine might have the similar colors to when Godzilla 2000's shooting fire. And he uh, doesn't have Bandai exclusive licensing, which means so long, Rainbow Yuango. The Bandai Final Wars is returning to his home, and we've got the King of the Monsters, Godzilla. He's got articulation on the arms and the legs. My flashlight's in the way. And the cores. 2 articulations on the tail as well. So, yes, it's made by Jack Pacific, who did the re-release version of 2014, which I don't want to get. The 2014, as he was seen in King of the Monsters, he's got the articulation on the head. He's got the movement on the neck, ball joints on the arms and the legs, including what my flashlight's pointing at. He's got the movable ball joints, just like it was from SH Monster Arts I don't have. And why I got a 24-inch Godzilla 2014? It's got sound effects and move its body up and down and up and right. And its jaw moved. Its jaw moves basically. And along with that, he's got roars. And we also got Kong Skull Island, King Kong. Look at him. He's pretty huge. Leonard might have put in some screw holes just like a Jack Pacific taking on the King of Monsters Godzilla. Looks cool. The head does move. The arms do move. The feet moves as well. And the Kong Skull Island figure was made by Leonard. Speaking of which, the Mega Kong came with a person. He's Dwayne Johnson. Speaking of which, I basically have a live-action movie remake of George from the movie called Rampage. The movie was based off of a video game. And he moves, and its head moves up and down, left, right. Same with its arms and the legs and the feet. I basically still pose George like he's a gorilla. Speaking of which, I watched Tarzan by Disney. Awesome. Now, last one we've got is the Godzilla vibrator. And it's made by Kid Robot, who basically knows more about Godzilla. And his dorsal spines might be similar to 2002 Godzilla. I don't know. Trying to get it out of its pouch. Yeah. And this Godzilla could vibrate. I mean, what on earth? He's got the vibration on the arm. He's got a vibration. Like, deliberately. Okay. Pretty sure I heard Godzilla 2014 roaring. Tell me to end the video. So, thank you all so much for watching this live stream. And make sure you support me on Patreon if you guys want to. I'll release a newer version of the Patreon ad. Remember to go Ultra and subscribe to my channel. If you resist, bye!